Happy Saturday, remnants out there. Thank you so much for tuning in once again on another Saturday, taking your time out to support Remnants of Red, to support the Speaking Our Truth Live conversations. We really, truly, truly appreciate you. And so, without further ado, today's conversation, um, I chose to highlight all you courageous women, resilient women out there that is living with the diagnosis of breast cancer. October, as most of us know, uh, is the month where we observe breast cancer. So my guests today are two women who has experienced a medical doctor giving them the diagnosis of breast cancer. So all I want to do, okay, let me shake it off, because all I want to do is just have a conversation with you ladies. I just want to know what your life is like, living with this diagnosis before overcoming. And so here we are. As you all know, I'm nervous. Before we came on, Vanessa says she's nervous. Miss Carolyn's nervous. So we're all nervous together, right? Thankfully, there's no judgment here. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the broadcast. Please, ladies, thank you first and foremost for coming on this platform to share your story. I can't even imagine, like, having to experience hearing the diagnosis that you received, right? And then, living life, choosing to live life, right? And then here you are, ready to share your story for other people. My first question, or to start this conversation off, I would love to know, who, or other remnants out there, introduce who you are, and can you tell us when it was that you received your diagnosis?
Okay, so I'm going to start. Hi, everybody. My name is Vanessa Cornelius. I'm from South Africa. And my diagnosis started on the 22nd of June. That is when the doctor told me that I'm diagnosed with breast cancer. That was the worst news ever. When the doctor tell you it's benign all the time, and then suddenly they come back and they say that you've got breast cancer, and you sit there and it's just a shock. Your body just goes into shock. And without even crying, the tears is just rolling. It's just coming, and you have to progress this. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's something that you need to understand as well, because this is something new to your body. This is something new to you. That was my start of my experience when I heard that I've got breast cancer.
So you received your diagnosis June of this year?
This year, yes,
Oh,
2020.
Okay. Miss Carolyn.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Stokes Lassiter. My first diagnosis was received in 2013 of breast cancer, my left breast. The second diagnosis was 2018. It was colon cancer. And just this August or September, I really bad with dates today, but just a couple of months ago, I received that the cancer came back in my left breast, and it's in the lymph node, and that's 2020. So that's where I am today.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So yours, you received the first diagnosis in 2013, and then the diagnosis about colon cancer, and then this year you were told that it may have returned.
No, I was told that it has returned, and now I'm following up for surgery.
Okay. So I'm like, you know, cancer, not only breast cancer, right? Cancer, period, is one of those topics that people tend to walk on eggshells to talk about. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm stumbling over my words because I am at the same time here thinking to myself, you know, it may not have been breast cancer, but I know I have faced challenges like curveballs, right? In life, unexpected things that that placed me in a position where it's like, oh my God, what is life gonna be for me now? I don't know. Have you, any of you, asked yourself the same question once you received your diagnosis?
You want to go first, Vanessa?
Absolutely. Sorry, Carolyn.
No.
I just want to ask myself, you like, what do I do now? Where do I start? Is this really happening to me? You know, as human, you ask yourself questions. And it is when you hear the capital C word, you just think about death, and you think about, oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. But knowing that there's cure for it, and there is healing for it. Yeah, so your life do change a lot in a lot of aspects. Yeah.
Yes, I agree, Vanessa. I mean, after coming through this third battle, um, the hearing of the cancer came back. Um, I still got that shock, like I did the very first time. Some people say, "Oh, this you." People have many feedbacks when you tell them, "Oh, you're going to be all right," but they aren't going through that eternal part. You know that I'm going through. You hearing voices saying, "Prepare to die." You're hearing voices saying, "You won't see this next. You won't see that next." So you're battling not only with the diagnosis, but you're battling with the negative voices that you're
Mhm.
hearing that's telling you you're not going to make it. And you have to fight that. You have to fight the other voices of people. And then you have to fight the things that's going on in your own body. Like you have to make some really serious changes to your livelihood, when you get this diagnosis. So from 2 months ago to now, I've had to make some changes. I'm not all the way there yet, but the diagnosis hearing cancer is never easy. That's all I can say. It's never easy. That's my testimony. It's never easy.
It's but you know, you ladies, right? One of the things that I said to myself when, you know, I extended the invitation to you and I received a yes, right? I immediately said to myself, how brave, how selfless, how courageous you ladies are, you know, for coming on and wanting to talk about such an intimate, you know, part of your life, you know. But I know looking on the screen right now, you ladies, you know, you're beautiful. You know, you're beautiful. You're here. Today's another day. But when the camera goes off, what I mean, how do you keep yourself together? How do you keep yourself to how do you say, okay, Carolyn, okay, Vanessa, yes, but we got to keep going on? How do you tell yourself that?
Carolyn, are you going to go first? You want me to answer that as well?
So we'll know. You always go first.
Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Laura, you take it one day at a time, I think. And when the camera goes off, you tell yourself, you know what? if you're in a good space, like today I'm in a good space, I'm up and about, I do what I need to do. When I'm down and under, when I go for chemo and I'm down, then I'm down, there's nothing I can do. But you know what, your if you've got a good support system, and I've got a 9-year-old boy, he pushed me. He, I can say that I need to live for this child, you know. This child is only 9 years old. And my family, the support that I get is absolutely, it's awesome. But every day is a new day. Every day is a challenge for you. So yeah, that is just how I deal with it. And I tell myself to stay positive, you know, keep positive. As Carolyn said, people tell you it's going to be okay, but they're not in your shoes. They don't know what you're going through. And it's good for them to say that, and we appreciate that. But you know, when you feel like, I can't do it today, just leave her. It's fine.
Yeah.
Tomorrow she's going to be okay. Tomorrow she's going to be a new person, you know? So, yeah, that is how I do my thing, or that is how I take my day-to-day challenge.
It sounds like something that you have told yourself, like you've in a way accepted, but you are determined. Sounds like you are determined not to allow it to, alter your life in a way where, it'll take you out. It's not going to take you out. So I appreciate that. One of the things that a strong support system is very, is key when it comes to dealing with life, period. I know when going through my issues, going through any issues, period, this again, the support system is very, very crucial. Miss Carolyn, when it comes to you, how do you keep yourself going?
Well, I first want to say that things that are on the outside we're dealing with, like other people, finances, um, any other thing on the outside, I think is it seems like you have more handle, but when it's on the inside of you, it's like you're laying down, you're getting up with it. And so I try to continue with my normal routines of the day.
Mhm.
Exercise, I still work, but I tell you, in those throughout the day, I get tear moments. I get tear moments when I talk about it. Um, and it's not because I don't have faith, but it's because I'm battling, I'm worrying, I'm fighting for my life. And so with prayer, we both are women of faith, with God, with my family, with friends, it does make it easier. Some of my friends, it's emotional and they try to stay away. And so when they do that, I call them. I call my best friend Gloria, and she seems to shy from me. She just started talking to me since I did her talk show. I just did her talk show last week, and now she's calling me and not shying away because she gets emotional. And I'll say to my sister, I'm going to be okay, you know. And so it's about not shutting down life,
Yeah,
continuing life, but being real when you have that moment.
being
Being
real.
real.
Oh my
Being
God,
real.
being real. When your body says sit down, it's okay to sit down. That
Mhm.
that's one of the things in life that we tend to what do you call it, brush off or not pay attention to. Paying attention to your body. Speaking of paying attention to our bodies, what I'm interested in finding out, right? What made you go to the doctor that day? Was it a self exam? They tell us to do self examinations, and if we find anything out of the ordinary, to consult a physician. Or was it you just said, you know what, let me just go. I'm hearing it. everywhere that we should do it annually. What made you go to the doctor that day? Vanessa, you go.
Mine started last year, October, when I just took a shower and I felt there's a lump in my breast. And it wasn't sore anything. And I went to the doctor, to my GP, and he said, no, it's nothing. It's just a lump. It's just a womanly thing growing or whatever. And then he sent me to the clinic where I did the FNA test. When I took the FNA test, the test came back and it says it was benign. That was last year. So from last year, October, till I would say December, they said it's benign. So I had to go back to the hospital so that they can just remove the lump. But then I started to get pains like in my back and under my arm, and the pain was just very severe. And I went back to the doctor. They took more tests, the mammograms and all of that. And then they came back and they said, you know what, Vanessa, it's not just a lump, it's now breast cancer. And that is how on the 22nd of June this year, I found out I had breast cancer.
That's so what you did, you had to basically you knowing your body, you knowing what, Miss Carolyn talked about how we feel on the inside, you knowing what you felt.
Yes.
You basically had to take it a step further than what
Yes.
the doctors told you. Is that was the case?
Yes, Nora, because they said that cancer is not painful. There's no pain. And I was like, okay, I don't have pain, so I don't have cancer. So what happened is that somebody told me, one of the patients said she's got back pains. And I said, but I've got back pains. But she had cancer already. So then I started to think, no, man, something is wrong. Something is not right. I could feel something is not right here. And the lump actually grew. It's quite big. It was quite big. And when I told the doctor that I've got pain at my back and under my arm, she said, no, that doesn't sound right. I have to come back. They're going to drain the lump. And when they put a needle in to drain it, it wasn't, it was supposed to be like a milky kind of a thing coming out. So it was blood. So she said, no, this is not right. So I'm going to take more tests. And that is when all the testing started again. And when they found out, no, this is breast cancer.
Well, thank God for that. Ladies, remnants, men, pay attention to your bodies. And not only that, I also, within that, there is the, letting people know how important it is just to go for your annual exams, no matter how you feel. Like you mentioned in your, with what you said that, you didn't think that there was any pain. There's a lot of people walking around not feeling anything. And so it's like, no need to go to the doctor. Or in other words, people only go when they start feeling some discomfort. That is a very, very good lesson for everyone to really pay attention to, pay attention to your body, care about yourself enough that you're just going to be proactive. They say prevention is better than, a cure. So it's good to take preventative measures. Miss Carolyn,
Mm-hmm.
what took you into the doctor's office the time you received?
Every time was different. I'll deal with the last time for the sake of time. First, I was taking a physical exam for my job I'm working at in 2018. And the doctor called me and said, I see a little something in the cavity of your chest. And I was like, what? And so I had to go to my medical doctor and tell my medical doctor. And so the doctor sent over the x-rays, and then they said, well, we're going to send you for a CAT scan because of your breast cancer history. So they did, and they said, oh, it's just a little lymph node. It's fine. And so one day I was laying down, and a couple of months ago, and I felt this knot, and I said, what's that? And it freaked me out. I said, oh, that's not good what I'm feeling. And I told the doctor, and they sent me for another CAT scan, and they said, oh, we see it. And then they said, we're sending you for a biopsy. So when they sent me for the biopsy and they went in, they said it's cancerous. So that's how I found out this time when they did the biopsy. Jesus, I'm sorry. So I'm thankful that I found out, because I don't know what happened to our volume, because the other times it was already a tumor. Now it's just enlarged in my lymph node. So I thank God that it looks good, that it can just come out and all is well. But the doctor did tell me that the treatment would be different because I've already had radiation on this side. So they're not, I don't think they're going to do radiation or anything. So I'm believing God for the best.
And we're right alongside you ladies. Thank you, Darshelle, for tuning in. V Collins, I'm going to say V Collins because I don't want to chop your name up. Please forgive me. I'm just reading the comments that we have so far. And it's Kimberly, thank you for tuning in. She said that you are heroes. That is why I call you ladies heroines, because I'm like, for you to get up each day, and to live is not only a miracle, but it's a miracle that you are bringing forth, by making the decision to stay strong. And it's okay to go through the process. That's something that I'm learning, as challenging, because we were never really promised, a life where it would be void of issues. Christ told us that. But how we react when the unforeseen or the unexpected come is what is what actually makes us. And I cannot stop commending you women, Vanessa, Carolyn, all the other women out there and the men out there that are living life, choosing to live life with breast cancer. So but what is on the horizon for you? Because I'm thinking that life now now has to include this diagnosis, right? Miss Carolyn, you have conversations with your daughter, right? Called Candid Conversations. And you talk about breast cancer and you talk about domestic violence, if I'm not mistaken. What are those are the main topics, or are there other things that you talk about on the show?
There's other topics on the show, but right now the show is mainly focusing on breast cancer and domestic violence. With my first diagnosis of breast cancer, I was in domestic violence marriage at the same time. So I shared how those two were working, working, attacking at the same time, which brought a lot of enormous amount of stress. Um, with this diagnosis, um, well, you know, I'm in menopause, so that's present, and being I'm 59 and I'm in menopause, and then with this diagnosis, um, I'm trying to transition into reestablishing my life from the domestic violence marriage. So again, it's like you still deal with the other issues that you're going through in life. Um, I have very good doctors that's a really blessing. Also, I'm in the midst of I've been trying to write this book, Daughters Prevail, and it seemed like everything I'm going through is for purpose. It's crazy, but um, part of this is part of Daughters Prevail. So that's one of the things on the horizon. Um, Moving back into a single life is on the horizon, and enjoying my grandson and my daughter. So um, in the midst of this, I'm still looking forward to living. I'm still
That's
looking
it.
forward to doing great things. Um, Once I find out, I have to. I'm in the process of doing CAT scans um, to follow up before surgery. And so once all of that is over, I'm planning to do some more things that God has called me to do. So
That's
life is not
awesome.
over. It's not over. It's not over.
That's the, I mean,
And you know, can I say this diagnosis? The difference is I'm taking a pill that's supposed to clean a lymph node, and they said to me, the doctor said, "Well, this pill makes your fingers hurt." And so I've been exercising my hands because I have to work my hands. But what I have been challenged with is because I have arthritis. Um, I know it intensifies. It intensifies the walking, and so I have been determined. I go to Garrett Mountain and I'm walking. Sylvia and I are
my,
walking in the morning, and I'm telling you, girl, my daughter had these boxing gloves for me the first time, and I was like in such devastation when the first diagnosis came in 2013. I told my daughter, take those boxing gloves off of Facebook. I don't want people to know. And now I'm telling my daughter, give me those boxing gloves.
uh-huh, that's right.
Give me
Get
those
in the
boxing
ring.
gloves.
Get in the ring, right?
Yes,
That's
yes.
it, Miss Carolyn. That is it. Telling breast cancer, listen, this is not a death sentence, okay? That's what overcoming is all about. I'm so glad to hear that. And that is exactly what I wanted to hear. What is life for you now? Are you just going to, and it's I know we're talking about breast cancer, but for anyone who is up against a challenge, that is, threatening to wipe you out, it's about deciding whether or not you are just going to do that, allow it to wipe you out. And so, Miss Carolyn, jump. That's it. I thank God for your daughter who gave you those boxing gloves. Okay, that's it. Getting in the ring. Vanessa, what is life? What is life for you now? Because I know you just received your diagnosis. Um, but you too, you're determined to not allow life to take you out. So what do you have planned for life? Is there something that you've always wanted to do, or is there something, dear to your heart that you wish to, one day see come to reality? What is that? What is your passion? She's. Are you still here? Oh, I think she
She just
she
froze
probably
for her.
froze. Yes, She probably froze.
She's coming back. She's coming back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
She's coming back.
Yeah. Oh, it's well. It's well. But that's exactly what Miss Carolyn,
While
I
while she's waiting to come back, maybe I can share, Nora, a lot of things that I stopped doing. I love to dance, and so I'm going to find a Western country club, and I'm going to do line
are you
dancing
now?
because I love to.
Well, take
Maybe
me
you'll
with
start to
you.
know. I'm going to get a group of ladies. Um, I like to play badminton. I'm just going to live again. I'm going to live again, even as I fight this cancer. I'm going to live again. One of the things, when I first heard that I had cancer in 2013, and I'm just talking to Miss Vanessa Come, if that's okay.
Sure.
I was 53 years old, and my mother died with cancer at 53. So that diagnosis just topped me over, because I was like, Lord, I will not die at 53. And my mother died at 53. And so I know that I'm breaking a generational curse.
That's
My
it.
grandmother died of cancer.
You want to,
I'm
let's go
breaking it.
there. Yes.
Yes, I'm breaking it. And so my daughter is so funny. When we were on the other show, she told me, she says, Ma, you need to get a boo. You don't have to sing, just get a boo. And so, at the appointed time, because I'm waiting for my divorce, but at the appointed time, if the Lord, introduces me to someone that's worthy of me,
Okay.
because even in this process, I'm really learning how valuable I am. And so I'm going to live, though. I'm going to do some of the things I enjoy doing. And, I'm going to share something, because I had no idea, and I hope she hurry up and come back, that Vanessa was going to be on this call with me. No idea. And so when she comes back on, I'm going to share what I've been doing and thinking concerning Vanessa, because
Well,
I
I can't wait.
heard about Vanessa through her sister Patricia. And
Hmm.
when we came on, and you said Patricia and Vanessa, I said, you know what, this is just so, this day is so ordained for what's
I
gonna,
know.
what's down the line.
Oh, here she is. Because I just text her to see. Okay. Little,
Hi guys.
hi. I know the whole tech issue thing or whatever, but Miss Carolyn says that she has a message for you, and little do you know that was everything. Everything is, nothing is done by accident. Let me put it that way, because one of the things that I did have in my mind, one of the reasons for having you, Miss Carolyn, and then you, Vanessa, on here is because I I kind of knew that Vanessa, you were just diagnosed. I kind of known that. I just didn't know like how recent it was. And then I also know that Miss Carolyn is someone that has dealt with it for some time. So I was hoping, that Miss Carolyn would, like, we will all encourage each other in some way. So Miss Carolyn, you can go ahead and take should I say the mic? I know we don't have a mic, but you can go ahead and take the floor.
So Vanessa, when I heard about your diagnosis, because we've been praying for you on our prayer line from your sister Patricia, and I did not know we were going to be on here today together. And so I've been asking the Lord to let me meet you. This is really amazing.
Look at
And
that.
no, like I was expecting a breast cancer walk or something, and so I didn't get to do it. And so I said, well, maybe I'll do it later on. And so from my birthday, the God put it on my heart to keep putting this money into this treasure box. And so I did. And I said, I want to give this money to a woman that is going through breast cancer. And so I don't know how, but I'll find a way to send you this money, It's
Oh
not
my
a mountain amount
gosh.
of money, but it is money. And I don't know like how your expenses are paid, if you know how how your finances are during this time, if you have health insurance. I don't know. But whatever the Lord has me to send, I know it'll be something extra for you. So I am so thankful that I got to meet you, Nora. You were like a lifeline through here, because I was
Thank
praying,
you,
praying
Lord.
about you for the last 2 weeks, about meeting Esther, and being able to give a woman this money. And so yeah, I'm so glad we're on this platform together.
Look at God. Look at God. And I didn't even
Oh,
tell you that Vanessa was coming. Go ahead, Vanessa.
No,
Miss Carolyn,
oh,
I don't know what to say. I just got tears going. I just want to thank you. And I mean, with this whole breast cancer thing, every day is a new day. Every day is a new challenge. And I I don't even know how to thank you. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. Thank you for everything. And just listening to your story, that inspires me, that I can tell myself I can do this. I
Yes.
can overcome this. So thank you, Miss Carolyn. Thank you, Nora. Thank you
Oh my
so,
God.
so much.
Thank
we
you.
will
Thank you,
meet. We
ladies.
will meet.
Yes.
But you make sure that you give Patricia your information, however it is that I'm supposed to send the money. Please make sure I get the avenue to send the money, and we will meet. There's work for us to do to bless other women.
That's
So
it.
it's been a pleasure. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. This is
I
beautiful,
love it.
Nora.
Yeah. Thank you. You made it beautiful. I mean, both of you did. This is you.
Thank
I
you,
just
Miss
want to
Carolyn.
provide the platform. That's it. And just have women come on here and just, bless each other. Oh my goodness, Miss Carolyn, God bless you, because what you did is like, what you did, I'm like, oh, that's it. That's what it's about. Encouraging each other. I'm so tired of hearing about, women tearing down other women and this. So to come on here today, I didn't know what to expect. I usually have questions ready. I usually prep and all that, but I just said, you know what, Lord, I'm just going to come on here and you just take control. And that's exactly what I never knew that you always wanted to meet Vanessa, and for Vanessa to be blessed by your story and your finances is, to God be all the glory. And so, ladies, I don't want to keep you away from getting out there and enjoying the rest of your day. So, if what do you want to tell? What do you want to tell other women that are, dealing with breast cancer specifically? Or better yet, nope, better yet, if you could ask of the world around you, right? If you can ask anything when it comes to, making your journey a little easier, what would you ask the world to do for you? I think Vanessa, you're
I think
supposed to go first.
you got me there. I think it's just to be there for one another, especially for women that's going through tough times and stuff, that just instead of just seeing the bad, see the good in people, see, what people can do for you and what you can do for others. And yeah, just be there for one another, pray for one another, support one another. I think that is what it's all about. And for women out there, there's a lot of women that struggles, that need that extra support in life, or just someone that can tell them, you know what, you can do it. Just get up and you can do it. It's one step at a time. Yeah, that is what I would say to them. Just be there and be positive, you know.
Miss Carolyn.
I believe the question was, what would I tell other women
No,
that are going through?
if you can ask anything of the world, right? When it comes to your journey with breast cancer, what would you ask of the world, of the people around you, your community, your loved ones? What would you want from us?
To join me in having fun. Join me in having life, even in the midst of cancer, because cancer is not my life. Cancer is a name of something, but it doesn't define me. So join me in living so that I can live longer than cancer would determine for me. I can live long because I determined for me to live. So help me live. I think that's what I would ask of the world, to have fun with me, because I want to have some fun.
I know that's right.
I'm a jolly person, and as serious as I can be that just much fun. So help me have some fun.
So
I'm not trying to take fun. I'm not trying to use fun to
of
cancel
course
cancer
not.
out, but I want to live in the midst of it.
I mean, they say laughter is the best medicine, so why not? Why? We're told in the Bible that the joy, the joy of the Lord, having joy in the Lord, having joy, period. There is strength in that. So, I mean, I don't think that's too hard to
And help me to help other women. Help me to help other women live. I want to help other women live.
well, you have
It's just for myself.
Mm. Life is not just for us. So well, you have Kimberly, who joined us, who's willing to help. You have V Collins, who is willing to stand by. We have Darshell, Marcia, Crystal Morgan, Rosemary, Melanie. You have all these women, Sylvia, okay, you have all these women that tune in today that is willing to do just that, to stand by you and to help you, and other women out there who is battling, or should I say, who is living with breast cancer. We're ready to come alongside you at your request. And so, with that being said, I always I always sign off with telling, my call to action at the end of every live conversation is to tell everyone to go out there, right? To go out there and love on someone, because it could be a matter of life or death. There are women, even me, that is hosting this platform. We all have our own individual issues and challenges that we are dealing with. And what else would make life much more easier for all of us than to just come alongside each other and to just love on each other, however which way. It could be calling Miss Carolyn up, let's go out for a cup of coffee. It could be like Vanessa, who is about to go and party. Okay, she took time out from party planning to come on here, so she's about to go have a good time. There's nothing like coming around each other. So I'm going to encourage you again, please, remnants out there, especially you remnants, okay? Because there's no one else like you in this world. Please go out there and love on someone today, because what it could be a matter of life and death. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. Thank you, Vanessa. We will tune in next week, everyone. Miss Carolyn is coming back. She's coming back. So
Thank you.
on that note, ladies, you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
Love
Nora.
you.
Bye, Miss Carolyn.